shepherd, I shall not want.
In this video, the four of us simply talk about what we'd like to see for our futures as couples. Now, you've been married 3 years, am I correct? Or 4 years?
Yeah, about to hit 4.
About to hit 4 years. Now, I want you both to take yourselves in your imaginations to 30 years in the future.
It's kind of hard to know what's going to happen that far ahead, but I would hope that that our relationship has grown to be even stronger and closer than it even is today. That we will have grown and learned more about each other spiritually as well as practically. We're already at a point where we can read each other quite well, but I hope to see that it really enhance and deepen. I think we've really learned to trust each other.
Uh-huh.
We actually discussed among ourselves, what do you want to see in 30 years' time? And Dad said, I want to see us sitting, having our coffee.
Sitting at a little cafe and having our tea together,
And here we are,
glancing at each other.
30 years later,
And
doing precisely that.
Yeah, our love would have deepened more, and we would have learned more about each other. And I think just to continue to grow in each other's presence.
It's interesting that you have this point now, because a couple of days ago I was thinking about it and how very often we look at love and you see two people in their late teens or early 20s and hugging together and oh, how sweet and how cute. But I would argue that seeing an elderly couple in their 60s, their 70s, 80s and 90s who are holding hands, cuddling on a bench, is just as beautiful, if not more so, a sight.
Oh, I love that too, David. I'm glad you brought that up.
Than when you see, young love.
Never forget when I was a young man, maybe about 25 years old, and I was in Austria, funny enough, and there was this man who was saying goodbye to his wife, and she was presumably taking a week-long sojourn somewhere, I don't know where, but you should have seen the longing in each other's faces. And both of them had to be in their early 70s, but when the husband saw the train pull away, he was just, I could just see the longing on his face, and the wife looking out the window at her husband and touching the window. I will never forget that. And I said to myself at that moment, I want that.
Yeah. We watched the Queen's speech on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And she's just lost her husband
Yes.
this year. And it touched my heart, the way she spoke about him.
Yeah.
And I hope that when the time comes, when that happens to either one of us, that we will have that much feeling for the spouse that has gone on before us, as she expressed so beautifully on that film. So courtship should
never end. A little sunlit cafe in a small, charming village with the wife of my dreams. Who wouldn't want that? Well, next week, we'll have David and Ella back as they ponder the question, roommate or lovers? And how to avoid the former and promote the latter. Jesus loves you. Hope to see you then.